Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Here's my top 10 personal favorite movies of the 1940s. That's from 1940 to 1949. I just saw all my videos of my favorite movies of each decade, which is leading up to my favorite movies of all time. This is my last top 10 list of my favorite movies of the decades. I was going to go to the 20s, but I decided in my next video I'm going to do my top 10 favorite movies of all time. So yeah, this is the last decade list I'm going to do. So yeah, I hope you all had fun with this, because I know I have, and I can't wait to do my top 10 favorite movies of all time list. So yeah, now this is the 40s turn. So yeah, here's my top 10 personal favorite movies of the 1940s. And as always, before a top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. My honorable mentions for my favorite movies of the 1940s are The Lady Eve, Shadow of a Doubt, His Girl Friday, The Treasure of Sierra Madre, The Philadelphia Story, The Great Dictator, Laura, Meet Me in St. Louis, and Sullivan's Travels. All phenomenal movies. Just couldn't make the top 10 list. But what did make my top 10 was my number 10. My number 10 is the movie Suspicion. Yes, Alfred Hitchcock directed this movie, Suspicion. This movie stars Cary Grant and Joan Fonte. I think this is what won Joan Fonte her Academy Award. I always thought the movie Rebecca is what won her award, but I think it's actually this movie. Who knows? But anyways, this story of this movie is about a girl who marries a man she meets at a party, but when they get married, some murders start happening, and she actually thinks her husband is a killer. And so yeah, she starts digging into his past and investigating him and finding out what he does with his spare time, because she knows he's up to something very secretive, very devious. She just doesn't know what, and it's a very good mystery thriller. The ending of this movie is very well done, and again, Joan Fonte is fantastic. Again, I don't know if she won an Oscar for this or Rebecca. Comment below, let me know. I know what one she won, but she's great in this movie. Cary Grant's great in this movie. They have great chemistry. It's very intense. It's a great noir kind of movie, and it's a personal favorite of mine. This is probably one of the best underrated Hitchcock movies. I really like this movie. It's great direction, great atmosphere, and solid performances. I really like this movie. Suspicion, my 10th favorite movie of the 40s. Coming number 9 is The Third Man. Yes, this movie is fantastic. One of the greatest movie endings of all time. It's a phenomenal neo-noir film. It's a great thriller with a great structured story. Orson Welles steals every scene he's in. It's fantastic. It's got a great twist, and it's not even a twist that happens at the ending. It happens almost like in the middle of the movie. It's got an amazing chase scene. That sewer chase scene is one of the greatest chase scenes in movies. Flawlessly written, beautifully shot, and just intense from start to finish. If you haven't seen the movie Third Man, check it out. It's a fucking masterpiece. Coming number 8 is The Maltese Falcon. This is probably my favorite noir kind of film. I love this movie. Humphrey Bogart is just brilliant, sensational in this movie. I love him in this movie. I love a good mystery thriller, and this is one of the best. It's got a great twist at the ending. It's got a great leading female. It's got Humphrey Bogart playing Humphrey Bogart. He's just kick-ass in this movie. It's a great atmosphere, fantastic editing, great shots, and yeah, if you're a big fan of classic noir films, Maltese Falcon is definitely a movie for you. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's great. Coming number 7 is Notorious. Yes, I hate when people keep mistaking this movie for the fucking Notorious B.I.G. movie. Every time I say, I love that movie Notorious, everyone's like, yeah, I love that movie Notorious. Great movie about Biggie Smalls and stuff. I'm like, no, Notorious, the Alfred Hitchcock movie. And people they're like, what the fuck is that? Notorious. Yes, before Notorious, the movie about Biggie Smalls, there's Notorious, the Alfred Hitchcock movie. And no, it's not about Biggie Smalls. It's a great black and white spy movie starring Ingrid Bergman, Claude Rains, and Cary Grant himself. This is a great movie. It's got the chills, the atmosphere, and the fucking tension of every Alfred Hitchcock movie. It's got a beautiful score, fantastic romance between Ingrid Bergman and Cary Grant, phenomenal chemistry, basically a romantic thriller with some James Bond elements, but before James Bond even came out. So yeah, it's got a great movie. I love Claude Rains as his villain. I'm not used to seeing Claude Rains as a villain. I've seen him play a jackass in movies before, but not like a hardcore villain. He's a great villain in this movie. It's got a great ending. It's got great intensity, amazing score, and Hitchcock did a great job directing this movie. It's so well done. Notorious, what a fun movie. Coming number 6 is Double Identity. This movie is just brilliant. Barbara Stanwyck steals almost every scene she's in. This is so good. This is a great story about a man who commits a murder because some evil fucking manipulative woman convinces him to do it because she says she's in love with him. Yes, love makes you do crazy things. Clearly, this is a great neo-noir thriller, and it's solid. This movie is just solid. I love that this movie is about the lead guy, and he's telling the story through a confession to his best friend, and It's just so well done. You want to know how this movie's going to end. You want to know how this movie's going to pay out, and it just delivers all the goods. What happens to every character in this movie is just fucking shocking. You're just like, holy shit, what the fuck's going to happen next? It's just a great, intense noir thriller, and I love it. Stanwyck probably should have won the Academy Award. I love this movie. It's written and directed by Billy Wilder, one of the greatest filmmakers of this time, and it's Double Indemnity, one of the greatest classic films of all time, and my 6th favorite movie of the 1940s. Coming number 5 is the movie Rebecca. Yes, another Hitchcock movie. You're gonna see some Hitchcock movies on this list because Hitchcock is just the king of suspense, and I just love everything Hitchcock does. Everything he does is fucking masterful, and Rebecca is one of his movies that is just fucking masterful. Joan Fontaine, Laurence Olivier both give amazing performances. They both have great chemistry. I love you have no idea where the story's gonna go. You think he's crazy, then you think she's crazy, then you think the fucking maid is crazy. The maid is crazy, but still, it's a great story with some great twists, great turns, great thrills, an amazing atmosphere, and I just love how Hitchcock directed this movie. It's a great movie with a great score, amazing performances. Laurence Olivier and Joe Fontaine both did a bang-up job of this movie, and Rebecca, one of the greatest Hitchcock movies of all time. Love this movie. Coming number 4 is It's a Wonderful Life. Yes, Jimmy Stewart, Donna Reed, Frank Capra's direction. It's a Wonderful Life, one of the most beautiful stories you ever told. Basically, it's about this man, George Bailey, and his life, and how it leads up to the main plot of the story, which is George Bailey wishes to an angel who was never born. So basically, the angel shows George Bailey a world where he doesn't exist, and it's a crazy world, and it's not a world no one should live in. So basically, pretty much this movie is a huge life lesson about how to appreciate your life and appreciate all the things that you have, like your family, your kids, your friends, everything in this world that is good. You should just accept it and appreciate it, because those are the things that we cherish and love, and that is the true meaning of Christmas. This is a great Christmas movie. It's a great character study, and it's just an amazing Frank Capra movie. This is Frank Capra's masterpiece, and he's done a lot of great movies. Come on, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Arsenic on Old Lace, It Goes to Town, and of course, It's a Wonderful Life, and this is his masterpiece. This is probably my favorite Christmas movie of all time, and it's my 4th favorite movie of the 1940s. It's a Wonderful Life. It's just amazing. Coming number 3 is Fantasia. Yes, this is my favorite Disney movie of all time. If anyone has ever wondered what is my favorite Disney movie of all time, well, check my top 10 favorite animated Disney movies, but yeah, Fantasia is my favorite Disney movie. Yes, some people don't like it because it doesn't have a cohesive story, doesn't have characters or anything. Basically, it's just this orchestra playing all these songs. It's just showing animated imageries in these little short stories and stuff, and that's about it. It's just little short stories with music and imagery, and it's one of the most beautiful things I have ever watched. The music in this movie is just truly amazing. It's remarkable. The songs are amazing. The score is amazing. The animation is just fucking top notch. It's so good. I love this movie. This movie's more meant for adults because kids will get bored of this movie because it doesn't have, a lot of cartoons and characters and stuff. Basically, it's just abstract images, and the music is helping these images tell a story. Well, one of the shorts is actually a story. The Mickey Mouse story is a wizard and stuff, the bum bum bum. Classic. I love that. It's one of my favorite shorts, but my favorite story in this movie is the Night at Bald Mountain with the devil and stuff, and people praying and stuff. It's just beautiful. The music, the songs, it's just remarkable. The opening is really good too, but that is my favorite. And of course, the Mickey Mouse is the wizard. Classic. I love this movie. Some people may not be able to get into it, but I love it. This is just music to my ears. It's just breathtaking. I have the entire soundtrack on my phone. I love this movie. It blows me away every time I watch it, and it's my favorite Disney movie of all time. It's my favorite. I love it. It's Fantasia. Coming number 2 is Citizen Kane. Yes. Citizen Kane's not number 1. This is the greatest movie of all time. How is this not number 1? Oh my god, the world is ending. Okay. I love this movie. This movie is a masterpiece. But it's not my favorite movie of the 1940s. It's number 2. It gets the silver medal of the 1940s. I love this movie, though. It's fantastic. Orson Welles is amazing in this movie. As Kane himself, he's so good in this movie. The opening shot to this movie is fantastic. What is Rosebud? I'm not going to spoil what Rosebud is, but check it out. It's so good. The atmosphere in this movie is breathtaking. The shots in this movie are just beyond iconic. The editing, the performances, the direction, just fantastic. The symbolic interactionalism is just brilliant. How Orson Welles wrote and directed this movie was amazing. It's so unheard of someone writing, directing, and producing and starring in a film all himself. It was just amazing. It may not have been loved at its time, but I'm glad it's considered the greatest movie of all time because It is the greatest movie of all time. It really, really is. And my number one favorite movie of the 1940s is Casablanca. Yes, Citizen Kane's a better movie and it's probably the best movie of the 1940s, but my favorite movie is Casablanca. Curtis's direction is just fantastic. Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman are amazing. Rick and Elsa are probably the two most iconic couples in movies. They're probably one of the greatest couples in movies. It's a very sad love story, but it's a beautiful love story. Paul Henreid is great. Claude Rains is great. It's got an amazing movie ending. Come on, Louis, this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. It's got a beautiful music. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Who doesn't love that song as time goes by? It's such an amazing song. As time goes by. Yes, that guy's a great singer. I love this movie. The editing, the story, the characters. Come on, Rick Blaine is one of the most coolest characters in movies. It's got amazing direction, and it's one of the greatest romances of all time. The romantic story is just beautiful and passionate, and I can tell a lot of passion went into this movie, a lot of creativity went into this movie, a heart and a lot of soul went into this movie. I love this movie. Casablanca is one of my favorite movies of all time, and of course, it's my number one favorite movie of the 1940s. It's Casablanca. And of course, the words of Rick Blaine, here's looking at you, kid. So yeah, that's my top 10 favorite movies of the 1940s. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with this list? If not, give me your top 10 favorite movies of the 1940s. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.